Hi. Now today I want to talk about the importance of filtering your water. There are so many toxins all around us, and water is no exception. Now tap water is full of all kinds of harmful chemicals. I ran a water report in my area and found chloroform, so that's no good. There's also fluoride, chlorine, pharmaceutical products, all kinds of toxins in there. More than 50% of Americans are on some kind of pharmaceutical product, and when it's eliminated by the body, it goes down into the sewage system, and it's not always removed by our water treatment. So I want to show you today the water filter that I use. This is the Patriot filter. It's one of the less expensive ways to filter your water. I'm sure it probably costs about $500. It's got a lid right here. And it's got two large filters right here. And you just pour the tap water right in here. This is a reverse osmosis filter, which is what you want, and they're charcoal filters. Underneath here you see we have some stainless steel bottles. We drink out of these to prevent drinking out of plastics. There are a lot of microplastics in bottled water that are harmful to the brain. I also have this glass water bottle that I sometimes use. It's got this little sleeve on it, made of silicone. So I got some water here. You can see it's a little cloudy. This is tap water right here. So, what if I put 1 drop of poison in here? Would you drink it? What if it was 1 drop of urine? Just 1 drop. What would you do? Well, that's what you're doing when you're drinking this tap water. I'm going to show you something now. This is methylene blue. It used to be a textile dye. A lot of people use it for healing. If you're going to do that, you must be very careful with it. This could be dangerous. But I'm going to use it to illustrate a point today. And yes, it will turn your mouth blue if you take it internally. What if this was a toxin and there was just 1 drop? 1 drop in your water. Would you drink this? And this was just 1 drop. Now imagine you have chlorine and fluoride and all these chemicals in your water. You don't really want to drink this, do you? This is why filters are important. Just make sure you research everything before you just try it willy-nilly. It's really important to do your research. Remember, your skin is the largest organ of the body, and when something absorbs through your skin, it goes right into your bloodstream and bypasses all of your filters, your liver, your kidney, your digestive system. So if you shower in water that has chlorine and fluoride and chemicals in it, it can absorb into the skin. Now this shower head has a filter right here. You can buy this filter on Amazon. There's a charcoal filter in there. Now you can buy a whole bunch of different types of filters. Just make sure you research them. There's some that are pitchers that you can put in the refrigerator. And then there's some, like I showed you, the Patriot. And there's some that you can get for your entire house. Now that'll be a little more costly, obviously, but in the long run it might be worthwhile. You can also have places like Culligan come in and bring bottled water. If you have a water cooler, it's another option. Our filter has a spigot right here, so we can just put a cup under here and fill it up. Another thing we do is we have this gallon container here. Now this is more than 1 gallon, obviously. I think this might be 3 gallon. But we have this in our refrigerator. It has a spigot so we can just pour the water out when we need to use it. And that's what we use for cooking and drinking. Now if you visit other countries like Mexico, the water there is not as good as it is here. They don't have the same kind of systems we have to purify water. So you might also find parasites and other bacteria in the water, and it will make people sick. Now if you travel someplace like Mexico and you do drink contaminated water, it's important to try and stay hydrated. So if you do have access to bottled water, that would be the time to use it. If you have fever, chills, nausea, vomiting, stomach cramps, those could be signs that you are ill from drinking the water. So if they're severe enough, you want to go visit your nearest clinic. Other than that, it's good to take a probiotic and maybe some ginger to settle your stomach. And you definitely want to do a parasite cleanse when you get home. It might be a good idea to even take with you some activated charcoal to help bind up some of those toxins so you can remove them from the body. Don't forget now when you're traveling to avoid ice, and maybe just be concerned that vegetables and fruit may have been washed in the contaminated water. You don't know what other countries are doing, so just be aware. Even right here, you might want to use a wash to wash your vegetables so that you're not using tap water. Maybe some vinegar and water would be a nice solution. That would also take care of any mold problems that you might find. Sometimes we can't always see mold. Now if you're camping or you're out in the woods, you're lost somewhere, and you need to filter your water, there is a life straw that you can buy before you go on your trip. You can take water from any creek or snow or wherever you are, and it will make it potable. Also, if you're on a hike, they do make purification tablets for your water. You might want to consider those. Also, salt packs if you need some electrolytes going on that extra long hike. If you have a rain barrel in your yard, as long as it's not white or some color that sun can get through and cause mold to grow inside there, you can actually get potable water out of that if you filter it by having the rain barrel collect water from your gutters. Now I do this, but I don't drink this water. This is water I use to water my garden in the summertime, so you can also do that. And a lot of times your parks program, now here where I am, it was the botanical garden, has a class that I took that shows you how to build your own rain barrel. Now it's raining outside today, but I'm going to show you my rain barrel. We have it winterized right now. Right here, the water from this gutter here coming off of our shed goes to the rain barrel. This hose right here connects to our gutter. We have a cover over it. You can see there's a spigot right here. We've emptied it for winter now, so we keep this cover on here because our rain barrel is white and we don't want sunlight getting in there and contaminating the water. Now I'm at ewg.org, Environmental Working Group, and I'm looking up the water report from my town. And we'll see what it says here. Okay, it found a bunch of contaminants. Now, just because something meets government standards doesn't necessarily mean it's safe. Government standards are very minimal. Look at this. Wow. Most of those are byproducts from the chlorine that they put in there to control microbes. Look at all these cancer-causing chemicals. Now, if you look at their site, they will show you exactly how they came up with these standards that they are measuring. These are not government standards. They're a little more stringent. But you can go to this website and you can look up the water report for your town by just typing in the zip code. Here we're looking at levels of lead. It looks like there's none detected for my area, which is super. They also have a water filter guide if you would like to read more about different types of water filters. You can see they have whole house filters, pitcher filters, under the counter filters, different technologies and how they work. Water softeners, distillers. You can look here to see what their standards are. You can see that there's microplastics and glyphosate and all kinds of things that could be in the drinking water. Now this is the water report that actually comes from the village of Swanton where I live. This is what they showed me. So you're not seeing all those other contaminants. So remember, when you go out to a restaurant, when they bring you that glass of water, you don't know where it's coming from.